Welcome to another episode of Building Meditation App with React Native, Firebase, and OpenAI API. In this episode, we are going to build the tab navigation, which is we land on the home screen, and the home screen, we have this icon, which is basically the landing screen after the user done the onboarding. So if you remember from previous episodes, we created these login screen, login and sign up screen, and then we have these onboarding screen. After the user done the onboarding, then they land onto the app. If it's the first time they are doing the onboarding, then they land on this home screen, which is this screen basically. And this is going to be a tab. So we can call this the app tab. And this is going to have 4 different tabs. We are going to learn how to create that with React Native navigation. Let's start coding. Okay, as you can see, we are on this screen, which is after passing the onboarding, we are landing on this screen, which we haven't built yet. And we want to actually go through this and see how the navigation system would work at this point. So I'm going to, if you can see here, we have the app stack. Like we just like saying if it's logged in and has onboarding, which is like we are passing the onboarding and we are checking if the user has onboarding with this keys, with this hook basically, which the user would have a key of has onboarding, and then they pass through this stage. So they're not on onboarding, they're not on auto stack, and they just like on app stack. So we go to the app stack. It's just a normal stack that at the moment we have the home screen in there. We don't want the home screen here. At this point, we're not having a subscription model or anything like that, but we can actually add a subscription here. So we can also have something like, this is extra. At the moment, we are not doing that, but I'm just explaining how it could work. That if you has subscription, which you connect this through different services, which lets you, if the user actually has the subscription, subscribe to your app, and you need to create a product, you need to submit the product to App Store and Google Play, and there are many different steps for the subscription. But imagine if we have that system. So here we could have has a subscription, imagine true or false, let's say false. And then you could have here 2 stacks, which is one would be your subscription. This one would be subscription stack. Again, could be as a screen or stack. And this one, obviously, subscription, which we don't have at the moment. And then you would have also a condition that if has subscription, then go to the app stack. If don't have subscription, just like that, go to the subscription. So, and you probably put this here up. Doesn't matter the order. You just look at the subscription status, true or false, and then it just lands you on that screen. So you're not going to have access to the app if you don't have subscription. You just directly go to this subscription tab, and that's it. And you're going to pass this, and you're not getting into the app until you have your subscription sorted, which at the moment we are not doing this. We are having a much simpler method. We just have onboarding. The app at the moment doesn't have subscription, and it just lands you on the actual app, like all the content of your app basically. So I'm just going to get rid of this part. So instead of directly, we are just landing on the home, we want to create a tab navigation here. So then from here, we navigate to different screens, which the home screen would be the first tab of these tab navigation. How to do that? So at the moment, we are doing this create native stack navigator, which is like a stack as we are using a navigator and a screen out of it. What we need at the moment, the package, there is a separate package, again, belong to React Navigation. I need to install a separate part of this React Navigation. So like here we have React Navigation dash native stack. What you need to install, there is this npmi. This is all you need: React navigation / bottom tabs. This is basically what you need to create the tab navigation. Okay, now that the package is installed, the way that we are creating the tabs is, at the moment, we are just having in this app stack, we are importing this home screen. We want to create another app tabs. So on this app stack, later on, we can have our subscription stack. We can have different stacks before the user gets to the app. Or we can have the screens actually that we want to access from everywhere, from the subscription, from the app, everywhere we want to access. We can add the screens here in the app stack. But at the moment, very simple. The only thing we want, we created this stack. Later on, we're going to probably use this in a different way, but now we want to create the tabs inside here. So here, I'm just going to add app tabs. I call this also app tabs. Tabs. Let me make this a smaller bit to the side. Okay. So I'm going to... Okay, I can copy the same structure as app stack, tabs. So what I'm going to do, we need like navigator again, like same as if you remember in here. I'm not sure why this is stack copy. Okay, app stack. If you remember here, we are importing navigator and screen from create native stack navigator. What we need to do here, that's fine. This is all we need. Okay, I need to import this, it's fine. What we need here, we need again a navigator and the screen. This time from create bottom tab navigator. So this time we are importing it from this new package that we added. And we extracted this navigator and screen API from this, basically. So the way that it works is, again, the same thing. Navigate screen. Probably we're going to have similar option. So now this time, same scenario, like we're just adding this, but this one is going to create us not a stack that put it on top of each other. It's going to create tabs, which we can use it on the tab navigation, basically. So we need 4 screens. If you see the design, we have 4 of these tabs. We need 4 of these tabs here as the screens. I'll just copy paste. At the moment, I'm using all the home screen components for all of them, but just we're going to change that. So there's a home, we're going to have a library, we're going to have a meditation tab, and we're going to have a profile tab. If you can see here, library, for example, meditation and profile. So now if I save that, we have an issue here. Okay, we haven't imported this yet. Like I import this new components here and we're there. So if you can see home, library, meditation, profile. So all we need to do at the moment, this is the default style of the tab navigator. This is like out of the box. We just added the names. If you see here, we just added the names and it just shows us this. We want to customize this. We want to create our own style, background colors, like our own icons and all that. So what we need to do first, we need to export these icons. By the way, if you see the actual design, these might be, the opacity here, just pay attention to that. The opacity of these might be 60% or something. Just select them and crank up these opacities because we want to export them without any opacity, basically. And we are going to create that style that when it's active, they are sharp is inactive, they have some opacity. That's going to happen in the code. So make sure, like when you're exporting, these opacity is 100%. Select them, and here, just if you see here, export, and then select the 3x or 4x to just have a better quality PNG with a transparent background, and just export. I have exported all of them. Just export them in your project, and then we're going to use the images as these tab navigation icons. Okay, so we need to import the images here. What we are going to do, let's style the background of this tab navigator. If you see, the background is just a solid background color. We are going to... Okay, the way that we do it here on the navigator, you can just have screen options and then tab bar style, yes. And I'm going to create this tab bar style, which is just a background. We use the colors the color themes that we done before. Like we have this color theme basically, and then we use the background color, our solid background color. I just added a height of 90 and a padding top of 10, so these icons wouldn't touch the top of this tab. So if you can see now, we changed this tab style. What I don't want at this stage, if you can see here, we don't have any label here. So there is this on the screen options. Yeah, the AI actually suggested tab bar show label false. Yes, I don't want to show these labels on the tab bar. So if I refresh, there is no label. We just need to create our custom icons here. So the way that we do it, there is options here. We have these options, and on the options, there is a tab bar icon, which it's as a function. You can just get the focused out of it. Focus is basically tells us which one is on the focus, which one is selected basically. And then I'm creating a tab bar icon component. Also, let's get rid of this ESLint error for now. Okay, I need to create this tab bar icon component basically, which I'm passing the focus and the icon. The icons that are imported. So like I exported those images, like these images, and then I'm importing them here. As you can see, I'm importing directly that image here, and I'm passing it to this custom component that we are going to build now. So inside the components, for component folder, I'm going to add this React Native stateless component tab bar icon. That's what it looks like. Passing focused and something else. What was it? Focused and icon. And the type for these would be Boolean, and icon would be, I think, image URI source. It's when you import the image, I believe that's the type. And I want to pass a size. The size would be a width and height. The reason is just I want to control each one separately. If the icons, for example, if you see the icons here, the width is smaller than this width. So I want to just control this. Either you just take these icons to a Photoshop or a software, edits the frame, so make them all in a perfect square, or you have other options here to just control it here each by passing a size, which I need to add an image here because we want to load the image. The image will have a source, So it'll be width and height, and then I'm adding an opacity. Yes. An opacity here, which is going to be, if it's focused, is going to be, no, this is wrong. If it's focused, is going to be 1. If it's not focused, is going to be half, or just like 50%. So let's see how it would look when we add these. There is something, we haven't imported the image. Yes, from React Native, of course. Then inline styling at this point is fine because we want it to be dynamic like this. And then the container, I just want to center these. Item center, justify content center. And what I need to do is just import this. Importing doesn't work at this point. Oh yeah, already imported, that's fine. To reset, oh yeah, we need to pass a size, which is, I'll make this size actually optional because we might not need to pass a size, but yes, anyway. Okay, so we need to just add this option to all of these tabs, basically. Okay, that's fine. We need to just, yes, like adding, here would be library icon. Here would be meditation icon and profile screen, no, profile icon. Yes, if I save this, okay, we've done a mistake. It's not happy with the home icon. What is the issue? None of these files exist. Okay, I think like that just the paths should be wrong. I think like what I've done, like I need to go 2 up. Yes, I need to go 2 folds back to get to these. So I think now should be fine. Yes, as you can see, I have all of my images. As you can see, the reason we passed this because this icon, it's not complete a square, and that's why we just like see it's cut off at the side. That's why we passed this size. I think like this size is too big at the moment, so I'll change all of these to 25. Maybe 23. Okay, at the moment it's fine. The only thing we need to just customize this. For example, this one, the width needs to be more. So the width needs to be a bit more, like 27. Okay, the home screen is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Just the profile, that the height, the width also needs to go down, like maybe 20. The reason just can sound like it's a narrower icon. We could actually, as I said, we could just take it to Photoshop and make them all perfect square, but also we can just adjust it here a little bit. Now it looks okay. Maybe just 19. So now they look good. If you can see, this is the focused effect. So when they are focused, they are on 100% opacity. We can also make it a little bit less to just have a bigger contrast, like when it's selected, when it's not selected. So we have something similar to this. We also be able to, if you can see here, they are just closer to each other. You can just, this is definitely like a design decision. If we want, we can actually, in the app tab style, we can have padding padding horizontal 20. If you can see here 30, so they are just a little bit, it's a tighter, so they're not just all over the place. Yeah, at the moment is okay. We achieved what we wanted to do. We have all these tabs. Each tabs now have their own style, and I think yes, that's fine. For next episode, we are going to design the whole home screen. See you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.